Hey guys, welcome back, and today we are going to be talking about the Fire Dragons. Now, I built these models already, so I cannot show you the full sprue, but I can show you most of it, because I have not actually taken it all apart yet. One thing I will note, I did a video on the Scourges, and they didn't have this because it's an older kit, and most of them didn't. And I noticed the newest kits actually seem to have this little Warhammer logo, which is pretty cool. So I cut those off, saved them for something. Probably I'll find something. I'll show you these guys in a moment, but we can look at the sprue. Now most of it's just body bits, so you can ignore the missing spots, but you do get a little bit of terrain here to add to a base. You get some guns. I'm honestly not sure what the difference between all the Fire Dragon guns are. I'm fairly sure they're all just the same style of weapon. If we look at the back here, apparently they all are different. Oh, that's a Scourge kit. That's useless. Sorry. This is what we're looking at. You can really see they cut down on the weapons. You get a... I do know that's a fire pike or something along those lines right there. The long gun. Then there's the axe, and there's the one with the 2 barrels. But other than that, they're kind of the same, it looks. I like how they don't label them either, because it just tells you the number and what it does, and you don't know what it even is. I imagine it's like kind of like you gotta actually know the Druk or the Eldar before you can build your models. But either way, so that's mainly weapons. But oh, and there's also that one down there, and that's for your guys to stand on. It looks. Second sprue, this one's the one with the helmets. I haven't added them yet because I was waiting on my buddy to give me approval on if he wants the helmets or the non-helmets. So this is the one, this is the half of the sprue that comes with the helmets. I will say too, I don't have it on my table here. Sorry, I'm just looking for it. I don't have it here, but you actually get a spare body with this kit, and then you also get a spare, 2 spare chest plates. So you can actually build a spare body and, the spare chest plate, but you don't have legs to go with it. So here's a spare chest plate here. But you don't have legs to go with it. You do have arms, obviously, because you get a ton of spare arms, but yeah. So if you have a way to make Eldar legs... Oh, actually right here. Sorry, give me one sec, I just dropped on the floor. Sorry about that. Found the spare body. So you do get a spare body and chest. And then you also get the second spare chest. I'm not sure. I guess because you're likely to lose them. But you do have to be careful because the legs do fit in a very certain way, which is something I don't like about the modern GW style building models. I'm going to pull out one of these Scourges for a second. So you can't see it. These Scourges are just a ball joint that goes into that spot in between the 2 legs. And so you can swap out any body with any of them at all. But these ones, I actually built this guy wrong. I had to carve out part of his leg and glue the leg on and force it to fit rather than, it just fitting like it should. I'm not sure if it's like to cut down on the ability to kit bash, or they claim it's for better detail, but like honestly I'd just prefer to be able to mix and match bodies and arms. My idea on models, sorry, I'm trying to get this to focus. My idea on models is the legs should be 1 piece, the body should be 1 piece, and the arms should be 1 piece or 2 pieces if you have like a gun. And then the head, it shouldn't be like the leg slots into the chest, into half the chest, then you slot in another half the chest. But either way, ignoring, these guys were actually pretty good for that. They are, admittedly. The legs just kind of fit in very specific bodies. It's not like the guard where, Anyway, point is though, I went with rifles for these guys as well. Oh, dropping them. They all get these little tabards, which are going to be interesting to paint. I did give him one of these guys to give it a bit more of a unique look, where he's actually throwing the grenade. He's using grenades. And he's got the rifle on the right side. That's a bit more of an interesting pose. You can actually see the chest of that guy, rather than, being covered by a gun, which was always a problem with sci-fi models for me. Then you get this one. This thing I could not get to work. I finally got it where it's supposed to be the way it is. The arm and the rifle being put together is really annoying on this kit. But yeah, he's got a flaming backpack, which you can actually get rid of too. There's actually a spare backpack, which I put on. I can't find the body. But I guess it's funny. Games Workshop's clearly designing these with the idea that, you know, you might choose different war gear, but because war gear is free now, it doesn't really matter. So you just get spare bits of non-special war gear. Maybe one day they'll go back to it costing points, but for now they don't. But either way, you get a really cool kind of Japanese style banner, which is really cool. I can actually, when I'm going to be kit bashing some of his models, I will be adding the banner of some of my Japanese to it, maybe, if he wants them anyway. So you get a bunch of spare with the Ashigaru and Samurai. But yeah, this one's pointing. I gave him the most detailed chest piece, if it'll. It's got like a fang attached to the chest, and it's got all the bubbles on the shoulder, which I'm assuming are supposed to be crystals. But yeah, then you get the little token. I'm not sure how the Eldar's tokens work, but I really like them. They're like little shrines. Just a second. And now, I almost forgot to show you the rest of this. So, if the sprue will focus. So you actually get a lot of heads in here. You get 6 of these, and you get 5 models, obviously. So one of these is supposed to be for the special guy with the rifle, or at least a sergeant one, like that. You can kind of see it right there at the top. It's number 65. But you can go with that, or you can go with the bear heads, which still have the mask, because obviously I guess they don't want to be breathing in whatever chemicals they're firing. Oh, sorry, that's the officer right there, yeah. Or that may be an officer. That one, I think 56 or 65 is an officer, and 63 is an officer as well. But anyway, and this is the officer with the bear head. He actually gave me approval to go with whichever one whichever one I want. So I'm probably going to give him the helmets, because, you know, the helmets I actually like more. They aren't really unique, but they give you a lot more place to paint. Anyway, that's kind of how we are so far, and hope you enjoy that video. Please like and subscribe, share if you want, leave a comment, and have a good day.